would go through her blood system, like her veins, or would it be like a local area?
Apparently, it's it would be
It makes sense if it was like she said she's coming, so just give her a minute. She's shorty.
well, the thing is that apparently it's supposed to ease symptoms for like a whole month.
So yeah, I mean, it could be because like I don't. That's not my field. I would need to read up on like the most recent shit. Um, but I know just from personal experience that like when I broke my ankle,
Yeah.
they gave me the pain pills, which
Yeah.
they didn't fucking work. One, because I'm a redhead and like they just make me sick, and they don't work. They just don't fucking work. Like honestly, ibuprofen felt the best. That's not true, but ibuprofen helped me. The thing that helped me the best is I got this fucking tube inserted regionally right into the site of surgery, and I had this big bag, and it was of like lidocaine, so a derivative. If it ends in CAINE, that means that it's an anesthetic. Like
Right.
cocaine, they used to use it on the eyes for eye surgery, and they still do in special cases. So, anyways, like that right there, just and I had a little tube thing where I could like control the flow, the rate of flow. So like if I was hurting particularly bad, I could increase the rate of flow. But that helped like immensely. And there was no side effects of like grogginess. There was no like addictive kind of thing. It was just like the pain went the fuck away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, with the Novocaine thing, I'm not entirely sure how it works, and I'm not sure what the purpose of the ketamine is, other than perhaps to as a sedative. It is a dissociative.
right. Well,
Um,
because Novocaine could also, like cocaine, have a stimulant effect, and the ketamine could countermand that and
sure.
actually
Yeah.
provide more of like a calming kind of, you know.
Right. I mean, she's worried about like, oh, I'm going to trip out or whatever. It's like if
That's
you're
just
on a low dose of ketamine, you don't really got to worry about that. But
yeah. I think it would seem like in terms of the chemistry, it would be something to balance the maybe the secondary stimulating
right.
side effects of the lidocaine or the novocaine. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know.
The comics on the mind. If you want to come in on this, I'll send you the.
Yeah.
Maybe can I just post it here?
In the chat.
Yeah, you can post it in the chat.
Yeah.
What's up, Kurt? Never know where you're going to find us, Kurt.
I know. Oh, we're live. Shit, I forgot. I hope I didn't do anything on the screen that was not appropriate.
Nothing.
I need to go to your thing, I guess, so I can comment if I care, right? Actual. So, do you really like Tomb of Dracula?
I do like Tomb of Dracula. Yeah, that's not why I picked this name. This was before that even.
Oh, well, why? Say.
Why actual Dracula?
Yeah.
Actual Dracula started out a couple of years ago as a sort of as a joke.
Oh, okay.
As like I was like, what if Count Dracula had it started as a Twitter account. It was like, what if Count Dracula had Twitter, and what would he write on there? And I started out as like that, but then I soon realized I didn't like Twitter at all.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just carried that name over to my Instagram, and then I've been using that for like 7 or 8 years, but I didn't start doing like comic book stuff until about a year ago when I got back into collecting. Yeah, that's when I started YouTube and all that, and
yeah, that's cool, man.
yeah, because I had no idea that this community like existed, and like once I got into it, I was like, oh shit.
I found my tribe.
This is incredible.
I found my people.
And so like I discovered all these YouTube channels and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I want it, because I've always been like a shy, quiet person. I would have never thought I'd just like put myself out there, like like I have.
Mm-hmm.
Like tonight, I like went and did a rap battle. Like if you
Fucking
asked me
killed it, dude.
a year ago, I can't imagine I would have ever done something like that. But because everyone in this community is so amazing, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, and that we can have a community where stuff like that can go down and it just be fun.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I love.
Mhm.
You know, it's just so cool, dude. On 35 live streams today. Got it. So you've had
Yeah.
a good day, actual Dracula. You're promiscuous with your streaming. Got it.
And I am.
So
And
you
that rap battle was Biggie's idea. So Biggie was like my, if not the first, like, he was like my first or second subscriber to my channel was Biggie Shack.
That's awesome.
He's
nice, dude.
yeah, I love that guy. I like he's completely genuine. Like there was like shit leading up to the rap battle where it's like whatever. He's a very opinionated guy, and I respect that. But I love him. He doesn't like.
He doesn't mean any harm. He just
No, not
he's
at all.
passionate. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
The gingers are passionate. We can't help it.
absolutely.
Sorry, I was totally catching up with the chat and I was reading aggressively comment.
Because like you were just on with Lee earlier, and yeah, Whack Comics and Biggie had that whole thing, and I was like, I don't want to get between you because I think I'm friends with both you guys, so I'm not really saying anything.
Oh, it's dumb.
And but I genuinely really like all of them, and I genuinely love Biggie. I think he's a great guy.
Yeah. Like, Biggie is, he's a nice dude. Like, look, does he talk shit? Yeah. So, like, he's never, people that talk shit are funny, okay? He's never done
Yeah.
anything, like, cruel or mean or anything. He's not
No,
that.
that's the thing. There's no cruelty whatsoever. If there's a line, but I don't think he ever crossed that line. Not at all.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like at first he's like, oh, fucking this dude and fucking that dude. And he's like, I don't even know why I'm mad. I'm just pumped up. Oh. And it's like,
get it.
yeah.
I understand if Biggie's upset that he lost, and he lost to me, and I'm not trying to, I'm not, I'm just pointing that out. Because I'm pointing that out because I'm really proud of what I did, not to like
You did a great job, man.
Biggie down or anything.
You
but-
put like fucking, you put your fucking shit against like 84, and the judges were like, fuck. Like, the energy came, like you were just more comfortable. Like in the second one, you're just like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, 84 was incredible. I had a feeling I might lose to him, and so I can't be mad at that at all. He was amazing.
But like, yeah, for real.
Dude can actually rap. I'm not a rapper. This is the first time I've ever.
Oh, look what God Tank said.
mean,
He said, actual Dracula, you made a fan today. You got bars, son.
Oh, thank you,
Whoa.
God. Thank you, God Tank. Yeah, there we go, God Tank.
Like, it was fun. Like, that shit's fun. Like, creative. You know, it probably like tickles a part of your brain that you don't normally get to tickle or
Yeah.
utilize.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Biggie. Yeah, Biggie's like, yeah, he talks mad shit, but Biggie's a solid dude through and through. I know, I haven't known him that long, but I've known him long enough to like, I can see that. Like,
He's not a bad
he
dude.
doesn't mean any ill will really towards anyone.
Right.
He's just, yeah, he's a
He's
good
like
guy.
being loud and obnoxious, but got a good heart.
He's like Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely.
He's
And
like-
same with
What's up, Chad?
same with Lee and Tyler, the Whack Comics guys, because the shit that went down, it's like those guys are both like, they're just good-hearted people. Like
they're the nicest dudes, really.
they
Yeah.
really are. They don't mean anyone any harm. It's like they're like me. We have a very similar sense of humor,
Yeah.
and like not everyone gets it. I don't think Biggie gets it half the time, but I get it. Like we're on the same wavelength there
It's drier.
in terms of what we find funny, and so
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those guys. I love this guy too, Brock Morgan. Thank you, Brock.
Dude, you were cracking me up though, like listening to your raps with the Canadian accent. I was like, man, I wish he would like do as because it's stupid, but like Canadians, eh? And you could be like, hey.
Yeah, Canada Day's coming up July 1st.
Oh fucking A.
Hey,
Fucking A is right.
Fucking
Right.
A.
This is really shitty of me. When was Canada made?
Someone asked me this yesterday, and I did not have the answer. I couldn't remember. Now I do remember. It's 1867.
2 years after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Did the Civil War end in 1865 or begin?
What's up, Fable? He
I
said,
don't
great
know.
job tonight, Drac.
Did you know that like around the same time the Civil War was happening, Charles Darwin was writing Origin of Species?
Sorry, Charles. Sorry, what was that?
Like,
around the same time Civil War ended.
Around the same time the Civil War was happening.
Yeah.
Charles Darwin was writing Origin of Species.
Yeah, that's insane, right?
And Canada was being founded, apparently. Yeah. So it's just weird when you think of things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think like Barbara Walters, she's old as fuck, right? I think she was born the same year that Anne Frank was born.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, damn, Anne Frank was alive.
How long have modern humans, or even just ancestors of humans, been on this earth? Right? We're talking hundreds of thousands of years. Tyrannosaurus Rex was on this earth for over 2 million years. Like that's insane. And we're closer. We are closer to being around. We are, as humans, on the timeline, are closer to have been living to Stegosaurus than T-Rex were, because they lived so far apart from each other. We're talking millions of years, right? They lived in different eons.
But do you see like how more compelling the evidence is that like T-Rex probably turned into a bird?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
you thought he was gonna be all badass, and now he's like a fucking emu. It's like, oh, that's cute.
Yes, Tack is back. What's up? Yeah.
What up? Yeah, and it's just it's
Cat's in here. What's going on?
Like,
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still really bad with the live chat. I'm not used to doing live. I've only done a couple live videos, but
it doesn't matter.
I am starting my own live weekly show next week called Casual Dracula, and I will have to have you, Fantastic and Shorty on. My first episode is going to be Lee and Tyler, but then I want.
They'll be helpful.
I'm gonna have you both on for sure.
They're chatty catties. Yeah, like I remember when I first stumbled into this community, like, because as a kid I collected comics when I was around 7 or 8 through about 12, 13. I like collected comics and I watched the X-Men animated series and all that crap. Like I was really into it, and then probably so in about 2004, 2005, I started getting back into Marvel collector cards, like, because I collected the cards, man. And
like the Marvel masterpieces.
Oh yeah,
Joe Jusko cards, yeah.
But like the set of all sets is the 1996 Marvel masterpieces. The Boris.
I collected those. I wish I still had those because
they are
what they're going for
so
now.
Much money right now.
Yeah.
But like and then it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. So I was into like really the Marvel MCU had taken off. I was so into the movies, and then like I found Comics Explained, and then like I tripped across a couple of like haul videos, people showing their books, and I'm like, oh, is this a thing? Is this a thing? And then like I found all of these people, and like I've gotten back into it, and I found my nerds, and it's just like this is a tribe, dude. And like most of the people you
Absolutely.
find are really cool and just accepting. And I think, and it's because it's like if you read comics, you're probably maybe a little shyer, maybe a little more introverted, but also maybe a little more empathetic or understanding or accepting, because comics have a definite theme. At least Marvel does.
That's true. Yeah.
That's why, like, it always confounds me when people are just like, so, oh, Marvel's all SJW, or I'm so against SJW. It's like, do you know who Jack Kirby and fucking Stan Lee were? Do you know what they stood for? Like,
Yeah.
those principles. Like, Jack Kirby killed Nazis, dude. Like, he was discriminated against as a Jewish American. Like, Stan Lee, I mean, did you not read Stan's soapbox? Like, they existed to send little messages of, like, the good guy wins if you treat others as you would want to be treated. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then people are like, oh, SJW. Is like, okay, you don't, whatever.
I've been on one of the runs I've started collecting lately is Invaders.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of those in the dollar bins, but the covers are amazing because it's just fucking Captain America kicking
Fighting the
shit out of
Axis.
Nazis. Like, amazing classic
Yeah.
Marvel stuff. I love
I think it goes to 41 issues, but that's a great issue. The first Invaders, I think it's the Invaders annual one or something like that. It's like beautiful. I think it's like the Nazis are going under the Arc of Triumph or whatever, and like, you know, Cap's beating the hell out of them. Yes, true story, Fable. True story. Let me go. I have to go grab something. What are you doing, Shorty? She's just goofing off.
I have
Listen
no
to
idea.
you nerds.
Oh yeah.
That's so true.
I wanted to get like I just got the other day, but
This is here super introverted, but still making these YouTube videos has been out of my comfort zone. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That is essentially been my experience because I've been an introvert my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you can ask Lady Fantastic, like, because she had been doing videos for a while when me and her met, and we met through the community. And so when I started going around her, she was like, you should make a video, Shorty, you should make a video of your books you pick up this week. And Shorty, you've been going and freaking diving in them quarter bins. Shorty, you need to make a video. And I'm like, Lady, I don't know. Like, I literally was like on pins and needles forever about it. And finally, just with her boosting me and just she kept talking to me, I literally did my whole YouTube cherry pop at her house that one night. We kind of did this whole, we're going to pop her cherry YouTube here with me. And I was like, because you're kind of my woosah. You've been kind of doing this for a minute, so you can walk me through it. So she's kind of what helped bring me out of my comfort zone.
Well, yeah, there's for me, it kind of stems from a couple of years ago when I really decided that coming out of my comfort zone was key. This kind of goes back to anyone who missed the sipping with Old Wolf needs to go back, but our conversation about psychedelics and when I kind of first broke out of my shell, and that's a big part of it, because when I started to do YouTube, it was something I'd never really thought I'd ever be able to do. But as I get a bit older and with some of the experiences I've had that I talked about earlier, it was like I don't fear any of that stuff, because it's like that shit is just like, there is absolutely no reason to. The only thing that holds people back from doing something like this is like just it's
pure self,
failure or rejection.
Yep.
That's it.
Pure rejection. Yep.
and it's not.
But you
It's
got to
not,
have that
it doesn't
mindset.
exist.
Like you got to kind of, and that's one of the things that helped me get to where I kind of, I wasn't too hard for Lady to really kind of coax into it. Really, it's because I
Yeah.
have this mentality of, well, if you don't like me, if I'm not your cup of tea, and you can't swallow me, then that's fine, sweetheart. Spit me out because somebody else can. That's fine and great. I'm not gonna cram myself on anyone, but I'm gonna do me, and you can either love it and come along with me and enjoy the ride and hope to hell you hold on, or you can jump off at the next station and no harsh feelings. Farewell, my friend.
Yeah. Hold on, I just gotta go grab something for a second. Yes, you guys will be in charge here.
Oh shit. Like you know what happens when we get left
Going
in
down
charge.
now. I'm gonna kick all your motherfucking ass.
Y'all are screwed. We're
Now
in
we're
charge.
gonna start talking about chickens.
I used to raise chickens. Fun fact.
I don't know shit about chickens.
I love
I've
chickens.
eaten
I
a
actually
couple.
used to raise them, breed them, and show them.
I know another word for them. The boy ones is cocks.
Oh, and the little boy that's not a full grown boy is a cockerel.
Is it? See, you know more than I. Shorty, you're my big glass of iced tea with extra lemons. Something like
Oh, thank you, God Tank, because coming from a Southern person, that means a lot. Because we value our tea.
that. And that's one thing I can't do the iced tea, man. I don't do that.
Oh, Lordy, I
I'm not a
love
big
that iced
Southern,
tea.
yes, man. I know some people like they have to have it like fucking oxygen
Yeah,
or iced
true.
tea.
Yeah,
Man,
I love God Tank. He's amazing.
yeah, if you guys go back and see some of my first videos, I don't show my face for
In a mason jar, now he's speaking to my
that's
heart right
for
there.
real old school.
Because let me
Yeah,
tell you
that's
something.
Southern.
People make fun of me because they'll be like, they'll literally go in my kitchen and they'll open my cabinet and they'll shut the cabinet back and they'll go to the next cabinet and they'll open them and I'll literally stand there watching them search. And then they'll finally be like, hey, where's your glasses? And I'm like, right there, first cabinet you open by the fridge. And they're like, but that's all mason jars. I'm like, yeah, cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Grab you one and pour you a glass. That's what we drink out of around here, okay?
Yo, what's up, Tyler?
Like, what the fuck?
The shadow.
Anyways, I just remembered what I was gonna say. Going back to that conversation about because like I've been an introvert my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that someone like that lacks confidence, and the fact is, like, I've always had oodles of confidence. I've always been confident, but like typically people that are introverted or shy just are not comfortable showing it.
Well, that and we live
Whereas
in a world now that is
whereas
full of
it's
fuck.
That's sort of kind of human beings are very interesting because whereas extroverted people are people, once you get to know them, typically you see they are not very confident in themselves at all.
Right.
They try to make up for it in other ways.
Yep. Exactly.
But this has been this is something I just sort of jumped right into, feet first, head first, I should say. Feet first for Tyler.
Definitely.
But yeah, I just went for it because I was like, what? There's no point in, like, what's there to be afraid of? What have I got to lose?
Right.
Absolutely nothing,
Well, and that's kind of my thing is because it's like, wow, I have made some amazing friends in YouTube and IG in the comic world. Like some of these people, like, Lady Fantastic and Smiley Tory, these people are more dear and true to me, to my heart, than some of my own flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have met some of the most amazing people in this community. And I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it's amazing some of the people that you meet.
I've met like, seriously, like, in the past year, I've met more, like, amazing, inspiring people that I can think of that like that I've met more than I've met in say the past 10 years prior to this. It's really really incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I met I met my boyfriend right now through the comic community, and like he's amazing. Like it's the people I have connected with that has been a huge factor in my life is phenomenal. Tori is actually amazing. She's super, super freaking busy. It's almost rally time, so she's in major overtime. I got to see her for a little bit tonight, so.
See, Tori and Captain, those are two people again that I think like
good people,
are incredible, very good people.
Yeah,
and like I look at a guy like Captain, and I like this guy is just I love that guy because he's just enjoying the shit out of this, just for the sake of it, you know.
Yep.
And he always makes me laugh. He's clearly always having a good time, and there's no, you know, it's completely harmless fun. He might be a bit edgy for some people, maybe, I don't know, but I find him hilarious. I love Captain.
Yeah, the Cap's great, dude. He's got a good heart. Same with Tori, dude. Like, when I first started this, you know, I didn't show my face, and it was awkward and difficult for me to think of the things to say or whatever. But as I continued to do it, I continued growing in confidence and realizing like that we're all the same. We're humans, right? Some people are going to like us, some people aren't going to like us. But if we're genuine, like, no one should hold any ill will, right?
Exactly. Be
You'll
you.
find who you find. You'll connect with who you connect with. But ultimately,
That's the thing. Be you, and let those that love you love you. Those that don't, move along.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm a bit like kind of like what Tyler was saying. Like sometimes I can be a bit of a misanthrope. Like, and I get like disappointed in humanity and shit. And like, because if I watch the news, dude, I'm just like, why are we so?
I don't even turn the news on.
Why are we here? Why are we still here?
Yeah, so it's easy for me to get the existential.
What's our plan exactly? What are we doing?
There is none. Like, and then you think like, oh my god, I
don't think we planned this out very well. This whole humanity thing.
It's like the cosmos is expanding at an accelerating rate, and there's only a given amount of mass, and like, why are we the bits and pieces? Like, and honestly, in the span of time, it's like all we do is we shape shift in terms of like, I'm gonna be in this human form right now, but like I'm gonna be like a fucking part of a flower, or my atoms, like I'll be redispersed. What is it?
Absolutely.
We're just part of this big fucking space fart. A fucking space fart. It started with the Big Bang. Why? Fucking why, dude?
Do you know how many billions of our suns can fit into the largest star?
No.
Billions of our suns. I mean,
it's hard to fathom.
Let's not even get into potential Earth-like planets. I'm just talking the sun in our solar system, and billions of those can fit into the largest star that we know of. So,
and then it's like, what is reality?
You can't wrap your mind around that. It's impossible.
Right.
So this little experiment we've got going on here, it's either incredibly crucial to the universe itself, or it means nothing at all.
I tend to go with the latter, but like I think that the cool thing is, it's like Dawkins said it best. Like we're gonna die, and that makes us the lucky ones, because most people that could be born will never be, and of the infinite possibilities of all of the gametes mixing, you are the one that gets to come out, and you get to experience and witness this thing called life before you close your eyes forever, and that you're sentient
We're incredibly lucky to do so.
Yes, like we won the lottery. If you guys are here
Absolutely won the
and
lottery.
present, if you're sentient, you won. If you're
You
sentient, you
fucking
won. It's not permanent, but you got to see. And like, here's the thing that Carl Sagan once said. He said, like, because we are part of the cosmos is self-knowing. The cosmos knows it is. The cosmos is sentient. Are we not part of it? Then the cosmos knows itself. Is that not crazy? Like, it is aware of itself. God damn.
Yeah. Look,
At least
Chad,
at some point. This
Jigs has been the hookup, right? Jigs has had the hookup. That's where you first jumped on, and there you go.
I don't think it's crazy at all, because I think that's literally the only thing there is. There's one thing, and we're experiencing part of that one thing. That's all. That's honestly the best, simplest way I could put it is that there is one thing, and whatever you want to call that one thing, you call it whatever you call it, but we're a small part of that one thing, and we get to experience this part of that one thing, and then if we're lucky, we'll get to go experience another part of that one thing.
Yeah, like, so I like to liken like the universe as like a blanket, and we maybe only be tethered to one singular thread, but that thread, if you pull it, might be entangled with other threads.
Yep,
and
it all unravels.
But the thing is that I don't know, man. I don't know what reality is. All I know is that I have a very basically evolved set of organic equipment through which I perceive quote unquote reality.
You know why I love comic books? One of my favorite things I've ever read in all of literature was in a small, grimy indie comic book, and it was a really crummy little drawing, but then next to it said, "Death folds an endless blanket."
Right. I mean,
it was beautiful.
I'm sorry, God, Tank.
It was terrible and beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that, God Tank. Yeah.
Yeah, cancer sucks, man.
Dude, cancer is a fucking beast. Fuck cancer.
Thing is like, you know how like back in the, fucking medieval times or even the 1700s, like the lifespan is much less. A lot of that has to do with cancer. And then also just basic, like, dude, if Listerine were around, if penicillin were around, but at the same time, like, cancers are a huge, they're everywhere, and none of them, they're not all the same, dude. And so, like, when I hear people say I'm going to cure cancer, it's like, well, you clearly don't know what the fuck cancer is, because it's not a singular type, and it doesn't, like, that's not how it works, bruh.
Yeah.
But, I think the reason why I got into science was, one, like, it's like puzzles. For me, it's like spatial puzzles. But two, it's like, it makes me feel like I don't know, but I feel like I'm an ant, and I need to do, like, push my little piece of dirt. And the way that I can help best push my piece of dirt is contributing the way I think to, like, scientific endeavors.
Science, yeah.
And so, like, I work in a lab, and we study, like, RNA binding proteins after the onset of viral infection, because, like, the landscape of the RNA binding proteins and the RNAs and, like, what they're bound to necessarily shifts when a virus comes and infects a cell, a host. And in that context, we can identify target proteins that could possibly be implicated in these immune pathways. And that's so fun to me, but it's helpful, right? And even if I don't do anything but help just push a little bit, that's my piece of dirt. That's it. And then I'm done.
it's hard because you have people like me. You have people like me who've been chain smoking all night, and I will probably continue to do so, knowing full well I should not be doing it because God knows what the fuck is in there. Again, this part of it is like I'm not really afraid of anything at this point, but also the hypocrisy and that I know I should not be doing that.
That's a human condition.
Yeah, that's it.
Condition.
Yeah. At the same time, I love smoking. I have no problem with saying I absolutely love smoking. I understand why people have been smoking for hundreds, thousands of years. We've been doing this. There's a reason why people love it. For some, can I explain to you why? Absolutely not. Have no idea why, other than we figured out we like this thing a lot and we'll continue to do it forever.
Well,
but it's something that we probably shouldn't do, and but I'm getting to the point now where it's like I'm getting to an age where I really can't be doing this much longer, and I hope I won't be. Really hope I won't be.
Yeah,
I want this.
That's why I switched.
I can honestly say I want this to be my last year.
Better.
I will put it out publicly that I want this to be my last year of smoking cigarettes. And if anyone sees me smoking cigarettes next year, call me the fuck out because I don't want to be.
I transitioned from that to the vape and have downed like my levels of nicotine.
Right.
And there are significantly less.
Nice fish cat. Yeah. I've been smoking almost 20 years now. Like I'd say like 19 years I've been smoking. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was me, and I haven't had an actual cigarette since October. So.
Yeah.
That's good for you, dude.
But
I'll smoke right now, but my goal is by the end of the year, I don't want to have another cigarette. I don't know. I know there's like my wife quit twice. She quit, went back about 6 months later, but has been quit permanently for years now and has been bugging me. And I'm just like, I'm hopeless. I don't know
what a couple of things. So that my dad, he smoked for a long time, and he did a couple of things. He did the patch, but in along with that, he got cinnamon sticks. So the oral fixation, he would use the cinnamon sticks to try to get his puff on while he had the patch, and so it's kind of that's how he weaned himself off.
Tank, you need to get your mom to the doctor. Maybe that's like get because that's very serious. 3 packs a day.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like the nation that has a really bad smoking problem is China.
China is number one. Yeah.
They smoke a lot.
Aggressively.
Everyone smokes in China. Like it's pretty much across the board. That's just like part of life.
If I lived there, I'd smoke too. Shit.
I mean, in America, at one point, smoking was just a part of life. Like whether you didn't smoke or not, it was like, well, your husband or your son smoked or whatever. Maybe your wife, but but as we've learned how harmful it is, it makes sense that fewer and fewer people smoke. And I'm getting to that point where it's just like, I don't think I can do it for much longer because I do value my life. As much as I don't fear death, I value my life.
Do some reading on the vape, transition to it. It's much less harmful. And then you go from there and slowly wean yourself off. I mean, it's a process. And if you just get a plan and stick to it, like, you can make steps.
That's like me. I had kind of had thoughts. I had tried to vape before, but it didn't really work out for me. And then in October, I had took a trip and went to see Burns, and we had went by the vape shop because he vapes. And of course, I still was smoking at the time, so like I jump out of the car and I'm gonna have a cigarette, and he goes in the vape shop and to get his juice and stuff, and he comes back out and he's like, "Hey, I got you something," and he actually gives me a vape mod that he's like got the whole setup he bought for me, and I was like, "Wow, okay, sweet." And so like that night, from the time for the next like 4 days, I smoked maybe a half a pack over the next 4 days. And then that was it. I put them down, and I still had a half a pack of Marlboro Lights sitting in the console of my car, and I never picked them up again. It was just, I was getting what I needed from the vape without smoking the cigarette.
Yeah. The lady, when I went to get my first vape, she told me this. She's like, all right, the trick is you vape and you hold out for as long as you possibly can until you're like, I'm going to freaking die until I have a cigarette. And you have their cigarette, but then like you stay on the vape as long as you can, and you slowly start preferring the vape, and the cigarette starts becoming less enjoyable.
Yeah, because I was one that never understood the people that was like, oh God, I quit smoking and now I can't stand it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But now that I haven't had an actual cigarette since October, when I'm around anybody that smokes, it's almost like, whew, it's almost like the smell will get me. And it's almost like I don't even like the smell anymore. I don't like when I get in somebody's car that smokes in their car. It's almost like, oh my God, is that what my car used to smell like?
See, yeah, the smell is a big thing. I did try vaping, but I eventually just went back to cigarettes, and so
maybe you didn't have the right one.
My goal is to just not. I don't want to do any of it at all, whatsoever.
Whatever works, man.
By the end of the year, by the end of this year, I don't want to be doing any of that whatsoever. And
hey, I hope it works, bro.
And this is on record. So if anyone sees me doing that,
if the calendar says 2022 and you see Drac with a cigarette in his hand, you got to call him out.
Absolute 100%. Yeah. For now, whatever. I can't do whatever I'm smoking right now.
J-Bag said his friend quit after smoking for 20 years. His friend quit cold turkey. And he said, yeah, he would too if he had to pay $350.
Yeah. All the cigarettes are getting incredibly expensive. I mean, I'm going to...
oh, accident.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
a story, brother.
That's a story.
That sounds like you might have had a really good time, actually.
I know.
Ecstasy's great.
I've never done it.
I would assume, maybe this
That's
is
what he needed the one cigarette for.
Maybe this is just me, but I would assume that someone that called themselves God Tank probably likes ecstasy. I don't know.
We're not gonna make any presumptions.
Yeah, I don't want to be too presumptuous, but sounds like you might have been to a couple raves in your lifetime.
So I would like to say, Fish Cap. So here's the thing: there's some caveats with the vaping, and the New England Journal of Medicine.
The
New England Journal of Medicine put out a really good paper showing the different levels in terms of the voltage and the formaldehyde byproducts that would form when you would vape at given voltages. And there are certain ranges where it's healthy, it is safe, and you don't. Yeah, I would try it in the. Yeah,
you know what. That all that shit is absolutely irrelevant because it can't be as bad as cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like we don't really know,
Well, the main thing is also watching the liquid you use.
What we know, so there's this thing called
I mean, I suppose it could be as bad as cigarettes, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
cigarettes are already really bad. So,
well, there's this thing called nuclear magnetic resonance, and what it does is it can detect the quantity and type of like molecules are in a given sample, and like in certain samples. So the most concerning thing about like carcinogens is that you have formaldehyde byproducts. And so what this study did is it actually showed the type and amount of formaldehyde byproducts from a cigarette and then from like a vape at given voltages. And so then like there's like definitive evidence showing that if you vape at this voltage, you end up having just as many formaldehyde byproducts as if you were smoking a cigarette. But if you do it at this voltage, then it significantly reduces the amount of those byproducts. So there are very like specific contingencies with these things.
Yeah, you just gotta watch what you're doing. Check your voltage. Your
do your research. Stay educated.
Just do your research. You use mesh coils. I mean, you just, again, do your research. Good night, Fable.
Yeah. Man, I'm probably going to get out of here. I'm sorry for ranting and raving and shit. But I had a fun time, like, speaking to you, and, it's really cool that you've been able to, like, just come on here. You fucking killed it tonight.
Somebody going to come on here and keep Drac company, because I was fixing to go to bed.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think both of you, you are both my, unofficial first guests, I suppose, on the first episode of Casual Dracula. I'm going to retitle this as Casual Dracula. Oh yeah, finally, Shorty. Yes, thank you for making an appearance. That's amazing. I don't know why you didn't before. Why are you hiding your?
Shorty's got this Shorty Friday vibe going on. I'm tired as hell.
Yeah, but you have those amazing nails. Show off your nails. Like, why are you not? Why are you like? Come on.
Best nails in the community.
You should have been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
showing
you guys are my first.
Terry.
You guys are my first guests on Casual Dracula, because I was supposed to start my weekly live show, Casual Dracula, next week. I was going to have Lee and Tyler, Whack Comics, as my first guests. But guess what? You just beat them out as my first guests. So, Lady Fantastic and Shorty.
Lee and Whack, or
Shorty.
Lee and Tyler.
Here we go. That's it. So you are the first guest on official guests on Casual Dracula, and this has been amazing. And you know what? I could not be gladder. I'm so glad it was, because this has been incredible.
Sweet, man.
Incredible conversation.
Yeah, it's been great knowing you, and
nerdy.
Like sharing your little intro story. To
Absolutely.
YouTube.
And Shorty, come on. Like next time. Like, look. I'm so upset that you're. I'm not upset. I'm not upset with you because you were here, and this and guys, anyone watching this right now, go back to Sipping with Old Wolf, because this all started there. And that's a whole. That feels like. I don't know about you, but that feels like that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, that feels like that was almost last night.
I know, right? And that was literally like an hour or 2 hours ago or whatever. 2 hours, yeah.
You're right, Joe. Parker does have me beat on the most colorful.
Yeah, we've been live for about 45 minutes, so go back about an hour ago when we were on Old Wolf's channel. And then it came back over here, and it was it's been amazing. I love talking with both of you. This has been great.
Thanks for having us, and
absolutely.
Lucky to be the first.
I can guarantee. Look, because this was totally unplanned, I would love to have you both on for like. I'm gonna have Lee and Tyler on next week. But the week following that, if you both want to come on, I would absolutely be honored if you would both come on, and we'll just chat it up. Whatever. Right. We'll continue this conversation.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe we won't be as tired and laggy.
Yeah, man. I'm down, and I appreciate it. And it's very nice to watch you at the rap battle, and learn a little bit about you, man. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah,
We got
thank
to
you.
learn
Yeah,
the
yeah,
real
same here.
Dracula.
Absolutely. Yeah, Shorty, I want to know a lot more about you. Like you just showed up at the end and it's like, yeah, okay. We
I
didn't see
know.
you before, but I
I
heard
know.
you. I absolutely heard what you were saying all night. Even on Old Wolf's channel, you were there, but like why you weren't showing off those beautiful purple nails, I don't understand. You know, and just yeah, we'll do this again. We'll do this again. Absolutely.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you so much. Had a great time. Be safe. Hey, no cigarettes. Blah.
Yeah.
Next year.
That's right.
Next time,
Night,
next time you see me, I might be still smoking, but yeah.
I'm not your judge.
Only God can judge me, and
That's
the
right.
judges of the rap battle apparently.
Sure.
They're
Yeah.
harsh, man. All right. My granny ass is going to bed. Thank you guys
Night.
so much. Be safe,
See ya.
all.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.